start going crazy day by day. Why are you doing this? She shouted at me. Because I have gone bankrupt. I have nothing and I have lost all my money. And still you are asking why I'm going crazy. I don't know why. I don't want to come down the road. Listen to me, Janku. Don't worry about it. Because you will get everything back. And we will not live on the road. We will work together and we will live a happy life. I will get embarrassed in between everyone. You will make fun of me. I have no one to help me. Because my parents don't need me and don't believe that they will not help me. I'm a loser. I can't even handle a single. I'm such a loser. No, you are not. She said by covering his face, but he was going crazy. He was a singer and they both loved each other, but his parents were against their marriage. His family didn't like Parma because she wasn't matched with their standard, but she still married her and his parents stopped talking with him. Out of anger, they cut off everything with him. Their demand was to live on, but he didn't leave her, married her 5 years at first, and they had a doctor to together. Nothing would change between them. She hugged him and kissed his head. He was crying. He was emotionally sensitive man. He had always liked that. He always afraid of breaking people's heart. He always wanted to make everyone happy. He felt very bad after intentionally hurting someone. He always tried to do something for those who were hurt by him. He was kind and so worrying about for work too because I will work and then we again stand up. No, stand stop hurting yourself. She said, well, knowing that he wouldn't get better easily, she just heard him and everything was just breaking him. After that, he started to try many things to save his company. He met many businessmen and women. His friend advised him to ask help from the biggest businesswoman, and he did that. He always shared everything with one. She knew every friend of him, and she was very possessive for him, but also trusted him so much. She just wanted him to get back everything. Many months passed, and in the middle of the night, he entered the room, and she was sitting on waiting for him. He smiled and walked towards her and hugged her. She felt peace, but then she sniffed his. It was not his. It kind of felt like a woman. He looked at her and smiled. Who walked before me? And then he told her. 2 months later, she was sitting on the chair for a week later. He didn't come back, but she didn't care about the time she had out. She listened to many rumors about him and daddy. And that was making up tired, but she tried to think positive, but he always lost his mind. And after knowing that the rumor of him daddy, she wanted to ask if she was ready for her. Suddenly, her cell phone started buzzing. He came back and entered the room. She was standing in front of him. He frowned after seeing her like that. Seeing her like that, he walked towards her, but then they got into a fight. She asked him and he denied. She showed him the photos and he was shocked to see that. He tried to make her believe that he didn't cheat, but she was dead. She was already brainwashed by those photos. She didn't decide to divorce him because she wanted to see what he wanted to do. No matter justification or proof she would give, she was just consumed by sadness. So without thinking about anything, she just wanted to leave from there. She was walking down the stairs. Believe me, don't leave me like that. You are my only hope. I can't live without you. First give me proofs and then I'll come back to this house. He walked on and he slipped in a hurry. His head got hit by the stairs and he lost his consciousness. Man opened the car door of the car. He didn't come out and that break her heart. So this is so true. This is so true. He didn't care for me. I didn't even come to stop me. She sat in the car angry and drove off, not knowing he was conscious inside. After a week, he didn't even call and don't even try to reach out to me. She was crying like a mess and his friends were sitting in front of her silently staring at her. He doesn't even care about me now. He found his ideal woman and she's also having so she is fast for him and I'm no one. I will never go. While on the other end, Janku was staying on the bed while his parents were looking at him worriedly. This is all happened because of that poor girl. She is in the condition because of her. Are not a normal man. He got an injury in his bed. It had been a month since she thousand saw him in the whole month. She just got a mad missed him. She didn't even know that nobody told her about it. She decided to go to her house just to talk with him because it was hard for him to live like that. Because what is going on? She asked while walking towards him. He looked at her and he was very closely friend of him. Why he had closing because his friends took him with him because of injury. He couldn't live alone. Which injury? He fell down the stairs and got a severe injury in his brain. I don't know what the card his parents and informed about him, but he is still in critical condition and I get that. He got into a fight with him because of that already. Yes, we got into a fight because someone sent me his photos. But he didn't shoot him. After 1 week later, one was standing in front of his parents, well, her daughter, and they were looking at her with hateful eyes. She wanted to get back with him. She made up her mind, but she couldn't leave him. Like that, they got into a fight because of the misunderstanding, and she loved him, so she decided to go to him. How do you come here? How do you come here? How dare you to come here? If you try to cross the limit, and we will throw you out of here and also from the life of my son. She nodded now, go from here. She walked upstairs. His mother and sisters were looking at her full of hate. He was sitting on the bed. His head was still bandaged. His eyes were tight and he blank. She walked towards him and he was just staring at her. He didn't know Janku. She called his name and he hummed. She sat down and touched his face, but he turned his face like he didn't know her heartbeat broke. The evening was peaceful and broke after hearing that. He just stared at her with a questionable face. I'm your wife? No, because I'm a kid now. She blinked after hearing. What are you saying? I said what I said. Now go and give me that. She looked at her altars in the dream. Give me. She walked towards him and he snatched that from her and he started behaving like a kid. Tears formed into her eyes after seeing his condition. She sat and looked at the table. There were so many medicines for him. As she looked at him, he was behaving like a kid. He didn't care about her, but he wasn't. I'm your wife and I'm fine. For me, he didn't lose his mind, but it was hard for him to recognize anyone. But he remembered her and but not fully. Did you live with me? Here, I remember you. I didn't live here. We live in another house and we were happy, but everything changed. He seemed not to carry his sister. Tears formed in his eyes. Mom, this woman is hurting me. This woman. Her voice was broken. Your wife, she said, was sitting and he was staring at her with tears as she covered his face and wiped his tears. I love you. He seemed to be shocked after dinner, but she hugged him while crying. Why are you crying? Stay away from me. You are also one of those who wanted to hurt me, he said, and when she held his hand, her heart was crying. He was staring at her with a expression. How can you forget that I'm your wife? But his mind wasn't valley. His mind was becoming the mind of a kid. He forgot everything when wondering past it. She was staring at him with teary eyes. He held his hand and the pain was unbearable. He said, Mom and Dad, he shouted, I'm in pain. He shouted and happened because he was putting pressure on his mind to recognize her. He was holding his hand and lied down in bed. She got up in worry and walked out to tell his parents about him. Mine was sitting while holding her daughter and her tears was stopped. Didn't stop falling. She was crying her heart out. She was blaming herself. It was so painful to see him like that. And he wasn't even recognizing her. So also his parents are forwarded to meet him. So she started thinking that she would never recognize her. The next morning, Mine came out after hearing the doctor's cry. When she came out, she saw Dr. Janku's sister eating. Why did you break it now? Just and asked her why slapping her house at her line for her crying and ran towards her. Why are you eating her? She decided to tell her not to come out of the room. At that man was sitting while looking at the room. He wanted to meet her mother and letting her go inside. Her daughter was sitting beside her while playing up with twice suddenly Mrs. Joy and Jason entered the room and wanted to know that I came back. Mom was sitting in the room and holding her head. Her sister, her daughter was looking at her like, Mom, why are you crying? Mom wiped tears and I'm not crying. I'm just missing your dad. She remembered the time when nobody could hurt her because he never let anyone hurt her. Nobody couldn't taste her. She couldn't even go out. 2 months later, he got a little better and he came out of the room and was sitting with his family. He wasn't in his dad, but he didn't remember anyone. His mind was like a little kid. After peeping through the tear, his daughter saw him and she came over running towards him and hugging him tight. She said it was funny. He waited, looked at her, and then to his parents. Janko don't cry. She looked at her and said, because of you, my brother is in pain. Mrs. Joe looked at her and the line with her two eyes and why and she suddenly one came out. And when I told you not to let your daughter out, but then why did you cry? Then why did she come back? Because of my son is getting hurt. I'm sorry. And then and my son doesn't even remember you hurt him. And if you don't want what I'm saying, then get out of this house. She's just 4 years old. Let's just do what I'm saying. And then she stopped again. Janko, she hurt you. Where are you crying because of me? Barely asked. I'm sorry, please don't cry. She was staring at him sadly and that was making such a blood. Well, don't cry. Cut her a fair wine. She was acting for cut. I didn't forget it. That made him worried. The next day, Joanne was standing in front of Mrs. Joanne. If you cried to manipulate him or say anything which might hurt him, then I'll throw you out of here. Then we are going to an important meeting, so you have to take care of him. Even though I don't want to give my son to you, but I don't have any choice. You should be ashamed of yourself for leaving him like that. So the woman looked at her and she walked towards him. Was when he was staring at her Janko, she sat in front of him. She touched his face. Why do you first forget me? Why do you hate me so much? I don't hate you, and I have seen you somewhere. She had a sunny lover. She loved her heart. And she missed him so much. She hugged him and looked at her with very nice, but he didn't push her. I will hurt me, not daughter. I wish I hadn't loved your house that day. But I didn't hurt him. He was staring at her, but he was like a stranger. He was about to say something when she heard her daughter cry. She immediately got up and walked toward her and she started crying because she woke up from sleep. She walked towards her and Janko followed her and they sat down on the couch and he also followed her. Why do you come up? She asked. I don't want to have I don't want to go. He said. Daddy looked at Wine. Why is she calling me dad? Baby, you are his dad. But I don't even marry you. My age is not for marriage. She nodded and Ryan started playing with him. Yuan was sitting here, was staring at both of them. Clara came to meet Wine. She sat down and said at Janko. She made a weird face after seeing his behavior. She looked at Wine and was and then Wine told her everything and she also felt so bad. She was still mad at Janko, but then Janko got up and started running with his daughter Clara and Wine were looking at him. His mental condition is not well. His mind went to his toilet. I gave advice to him again from the stairs, and then maybe he will remember everything. I seriously, I don't have a shame. Why are you making fun of me? I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, and I wanted to hurt you. It might be so hard for him to see him like that, but don't worry, he will get better after getting treatment. She nodded and looked at Ryan. I was smiling his lovely fine after and then they had a grass breaking. She looked up and he fell down with stairs again and he was going to hide from Madeline. She got up and ran towards him. They took him to the hospital and his parents came to know that Ryan was so afraid because she believed that his parents would never let him meet him again. He was in the hospital unconscious and she was standing in front of his parents. Her smile, her tears were falling because of Janko and also weak because her son was hitting her daughter. She looked at her and knew she was holding her daughter. I have said what I wanted to say. Now you can go now and take this trash with you. She called it an untrash. She was unfortunate. And when her daughter, she walked out of the hospital sobbing as she believed that they would force him to go get divorced. 1 month later, man was sitting silently and alone and mud was full of him. Clara came and why is better? I thinking she asked and she looked at him. He will not recognize me. They will never let me meet him. They are getting revenge for me because he let me them for them. I asked them not to. I asked him. I didn't ask him to do that. While on the dinner, Janko was laying on the bed while his vision was for his mother walked towards him and he saw that Van came on. He whispered and his mother's face fell. She laughed to say there's no one. Why? And he was whispering it at. Mom, where is she? Asked the inner half sleep, but she forgot. He forgot. I think he starts to remember her. He loves her, his mother nodded, but he is in the condition of because of her. She forgot her, but she had your son and she left him to die. I'm wondering why did you let her enter? She again tried to hurt him. 2 months passed and Janko was sitting on the bed, but Betty entered the room and smiled while looking at him. But his face was blank. Did you eat that? You should take more. I have taken this and the doctor said to take one. 2 months before Janko took that medicine because the dad was giving him so much pain, he had no idea about that medicine. But after when he stopped taking that medicine, he started to get better. He started to remember many things. He always lied about that medicine that he took that. He decided to feel better after that. Janko was standing in front of reading flashback and why don't you understand? I'm married, but why leave her? You can't do anything for you, so it's better for you to leave her. To leave her, no, why he walked out. She was stared at him with Jesse. He grabbed her cell phone and sent those RHP photos to her and she made up a plan. Which happened, she never rejected in her order and only he rejected her. She went crazy, came to meet her and gave extra medicine to the doctor to give him back the dead medicine. And Janko was staring at the door. He just wanted to get better. That was for painful for us. And he said, "One never stopped hurting. He always got angry with his things, but his friends were happy that he was recovering all day. He laid in his room and slept. That was his routine. 6 months later, he was remember anything. But I haven't told him about the doctor giving him the medicine to manage his memory. They both understood who was behind it. He just wanted to meet one, and he called her. He got better after so many months. Hello, Ryan, don't you do I have to come to Princess? Yes, take Cataline with you. He was sitting with his family and Victim was also entered and they all looked at how ready to come into church and asked while shouting much a call of who are you to ask her. Went to walk towards him and Victim was staring at with hateful eyes. One was feeling so awkward when she was afraid. Don't be afraid, nobody will hurt you. She was getting short after seeing his behavior. She nodded and sat down again. And why did you let this girl enter here? She is not allowed to enter here. That was so calm. Doctor is a violation. Janko was staring at her. She got up and grabbed his daughter's and threw on the floor. Get out of it. Janko is not in this answer. Get out. She grabbed Raman's hand and then Janko got up and slapped across her face. Her daughter was crying because I know who played was. He looked at Reddy and those cuffs entered and grabbed her hands out. You to touch me. Leave my hands. He looked at his sister. You are also with her. Am I right? You wanted me to leave me, my wife, and you want me to lose my memory? No, I don't want to lose my memory, but yeah, I was with her because I want you to leave and but because I don't like Ryan and will never like it. She said welcome and he looked at his parents and they were so shocked after hearing that. And then he left from there. His parents couldn't believe that their daughter wanted to do that even though Mrs. Joy hated Ryan, but she never wanted him to leave him. But when Radiant Transit told her that she started to hating her. Man was sitting with him looking when he wasn't fully recovered, but she was happy that he was with him and told her about anything. Radiant Man told him everything what his baby and his family's baby and we felt so embarrassed because of him. She went through so much. She looked at him and kissed her, I love you. She smiled and said the same and there was no bad thing in their lives because they got his communal family back.